The double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. I think this is something that Neville said in one of his lectures, where he was trying to describe this concept that don't be lukewarm. Be either hot or super cold, but don't be lukewarm. I think this is a Bible verse that uh, you need to be super hot or cold. If you are lukewarm, I will spit you out. What I'm trying to say is, a lot of people who are trying to apply the law of assumption and law of attraction, they still have the old belief of believing in some power externally, like there is some external power who will deny you. The government will deny you, the universe will deny you, your God will deny you, your people will deny you. While Neville Goddard talks about the complete belief and trust in the inner man. That's what it means to be completely hot or completely cold. Either you want something or you don't be in between, like, oh, I want it, I'm trying to manifest it, I have it, but then you doubt it that very next moment. The reason is, I was kind of reflecting on my previous life and all the manifestation that I have successfully made, and there is one thing in common, and this is probably the experience of all of you. This is the most human way to explain manifestation. The first thing is, a desire appears in your heart and you can't get rid of it and you want it. The second step is, second step that happens to the human experience is, we try to get it with our human self. We try hard, and usually when we want to apply the law of assumption on things that we really want, right? Like, most people have very desperate desire that they want to achieve, and then they find law of assumption, law of attraction, and they try to apply it. But then they try the process, but immediately they try to get it done by themselves in this 3D world, because they are afraid that they have no trust in the inner man. They haven't developed it yet. So they are still lukewarm. They are not hot, that is complete belief in the inner man, and they're not cold, that is complete belief in the not believing in the law of assumption. They are in the middle, and so they have very mixed results, hot and cold behavior from their person that they're trying to manifest, or they get an interview for a job but they don't get the job and they get more interviews. So it's in the in-between state, and they're efforting, trying hard to get it done. And this is the lukewarm behavior, which is talked in the Bible, that I will spit you out. You will not get what you want. The reason being that you need to allow the inner man to get things done, because the inner man knows the best way to achieve something that you can't fathom. You can't really devise it by your human mind, because you see, human mind only works with the data that it has from its past and the data that it can gather from the external world. It does not have the complete picture, while the inner man is connected to the source being all that is, and it has the perfect plan to get something done for you. But if you don't allow it, that is, you try to do it your way, but you're saying you're applying the law of assumption too, but your way is desperate. It is assuming that something is not happening. You're trying hard, and you're lukewarm, kind of in between. You don't have complete faith in the inner man. So what is being projected to the inner man? Inner man is kind of your slave in this world to have an authentic human experience. So it wants, you are co-creator with the inner man. So if you are not stable in your ways, if you are not trusting completely, that will be your experience of lukewarm experience. You will not get what you want. You will forever be in the pursuit of it, and mixed signals will be sent out by the universe to you. So as I was saying, I was reflecting on my past experiences. so far and the things that I manifested. And the steps I was explaining is I get the desire, then the human brain kicks in how to get it, and it's usually something that is bigger than a human mind. And so I effort hard, it doesn't happen, and then I give up. And then all of a sudden, because I try to apply the law of assumption all the time, I get back to my senses and I say, okay, now I trust the inner man completely, and it's gonna happen. I kind of give up in trying to make it happen, and I just trust. I accept this supremacy and the complete dominion of the inner man because it's connected to the source, and I let it go. And that is exactly when the thing happens. That is exactly within a few days. It never takes too long. Within a few days, a week or so, and sometimes an hour, the thing happens. Why? Because I have stopped being lukewarm. I have stopped being lukewarm. And as Neville said, that you need to accept the complete impotence of your personality, yourself, the man, and you have to completely trust the inner man to get it done for you. So the moment I kind of give up on trying to make it happen and I trust the inner man, it does happen. As I gave an example in my previous video, that I was applying for visas for Russia and for I wanted to go to Dubai as a tourist, and both of the times initially I got the desire and I applied the human mind which is desperate and which is anxious and scared. I applied it, I got rejected because that's what I was projecting into the universe. And then the moment I get rejected, I came to my senses, which is, as Neville says, that you will realize how abnormal have you been before the law of assumption, and law of assumption makes you normal. So I come to my senses, and for both visas, I just let go. And the first visa, my brother did everything for me, and it was effortless, got accepted completely. The second time was for Russia, and that was also very easy. You should watch my previous videos. I was explaining how I got it. But the point is, giving up is not the giving up of desire. People always get triggered when you say, oh, give up on. No, you're not giving up on your desire. You want what you want. And what you want is legitimate, and you deserve it. You're worthy of it. The only problem is we still have this concept of external things denying us because we still believe in the second cause. That's the human experience. While Neville Goddard asks us to dare to assume the feeling of the wishful. Why does he use the word dare? Because it's not easy. You are denying this world of sense perception, which is so real, so physical. And I get lost in it. I'm not gonna tell you that I have become this super saint who absolutely has complete control over his mind. Even Neville Goddard forgot to apply the law of assumption. He admitted it in one of his lectures when he was trying to divorce his previous wife because he now found the love of his life and he wanted to marry her. And he forgot to apply the law of assumption. He admitted it. But then he came to his senses and he applied the law of assumption. He wasn't talking to his previous wife for a long time, but all of a sudden he receives a call from a court where they have found his previous wife shoplifting. And because they called him, and he went there and he testified that my wife is an honest and very good citizen and a good person, and I have never found her to be guilty of such things in the past. So this must be an honest and one-time mistake. So please forgive her. So basically, he took the side of his wife, and the court took his word and forgave his previous wife, his ex-wife, and his wife was so touched by this gesture by Neville Goddard that she happily accepted the divorce. You see how magically, like they weren't even talking for so many years, and universe found a way to make her shoplift, and like the whole drama is so kind of absurd and funny in a way. But Neville Goddard forgot to apply the law. So this is the human experience. But the moment you realize that you are being abnormal by trying to effort your way to get your manifestation, then it is time for you to stop being lukewarm. Now it is time to be intensely hot for your desire and trust the inner man, and he will get it done for you. And a lot of people say that please talk about your SP story, your specific, how you got your wife. I am a very introverted person and very I don't like to share a lot about myself, but I will say this much, that our relationship was long distance, and it happened when this virus thing, I cannot take the name of the virus because my video will get demonetized or something. YouTube doesn't like it. But this virus thing happened. Travel got banned. We were long distance and we couldn't meet for 2 years because of this. So you can kind of feel the anxiety of not being able to, be with your person. And so I was focused on the external world. I was applying the law of assumption, but I was desperately looking for ways to meet, how to be together and all that stuff, But it was none of that was working because my assumption, contrary to my trust, it was contrary to my trust. I was feeling that I don't have what I want, while I was trying and efforting with the human self to get it done. It never happened. But then I kind of gave up, because after this virus thing, Russia did the Ukraine thing. So you can see that how it got from good to worse for my situation. So at that point I was like, all right, I'm done. I don't want to try to get it done. I'll just apply the law of assumption. I trust my inner man to get it done. Well, then magically, in 2023, initially, the travel restrictions eased. I did nothing. I kind of gave up. Within a month, everything fell into place for me, and we could meet. And from there, everything was perfect. Then we met, we got married, and now I'm here in Russia. Only when I gave up, trying to make it happen, and I was like, it is done. I trust my inner man. I believe in the supremacy and the intelligence, infinite intelligence of God. And I don't need to devise plans to get it done. It will be done for me. And that is exactly what happened. And there are countless things I have done it like this. There are very, very small things that I have manifested. So many small things that the moment I was like, all right, I'm kind of done with it. It will be done for me. I believe in the inner man, and it happened. And so the point is not for you to first fail to come back to the law of assumption. I guess that's the concept that I'm trying to say. Because I apologize, I have a lot of messages on Instagram. It's not possible to answer them all. So if I haven't answered your question, I'm sorry. But I got the gist of the problems of everybody. And that is why I wanted to make this video about trust. Because in all the questions, trust is missing. The inner man is missing. It's all about the world, the story in your mind, how something is not happening, how you are trying so hard, how you're applying so many processes, how you've been doing it for 2 years, for 10 years. See, all the story says one thing: you don't trust the inner man. I'm sorry to say it. It might sound like it might not sound good, but it is what it is. This is the only problem. This is the only problem when people are not able to manifest. Only problem. Not trusting the inner man, being lukewarm. a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. When you are traveling on two ships, one leg in this one, another leg on this one, and you're going, uh, you will get nowhere. That's what happens. And so this is what I wanted to explain in this video. And it's all about practice and being conscious about your story. Don't get lost in your story. Be conscious and realize what you're doing mentally, and then change course. You don't have to fail like fail like me every time and then come to my senses. It has happened so many times, it's ridiculous. But this world is dense, and this dream world is very dense, and it's very, very alluring, and you can kind of get lost. Neville Goddard lost in it. The saint who changed all of our lives, he got lost in it. So it's not a problem. Don't beat yourself about it. Just come back to your senses. Be normal. Apply the law of assumption. Put your trust in your inner man, and it will happen for you. It has happened for me so many times that I can't list everything all together. So this is it for this video. Until next time, bye-bye.